Ready for a story? Are you comfortable in your story spot? I'm in mine. I'm going to read you one of my favorite dragon stories. This is about a little guy who loves to read, but he has a problem, and he goes in search of a solution. I really like the details in the illustrations. See that little guy? That's a cute detail. And look at his shoes are untied. Isn't that a cute detail? Duncan the Story Dragon by Amanda Driscoll. Look at all those details. Duncan the Dragon loved to read. When Duncan read a book, the story came to life. And his imagination caught fire. Unfortunately, so did his book. I just want to finish a book, said Duncan. I need to know what happens. Do the pirates find treasure? Does the captain save the ship? Do aliens conquer the earth? And I want to read those two wonderful words, like the last sip of a chocolate milkshake. The end. Duncan tried everything to keep his cool. Really, truly, everything. I have an idea, said Duncan. I'll find a friend to read for me. So Duncan searched a nearby neighborhood. Hello, friend, he said to the raccoon. Would you please read me this book? Whoop! Duncan explored an evergreen forest. Hello, friend, he said to the possum. Could you read me this book? Plunk! Duncan traveled to a faraway farm. Hello, friend, he said to the bull. Will you please read me this book? Yow! Why is that happening? How come nobody will read this story? Maybe they don't know how to read? Is there something else? Am I missing something? What's happening here? Why does everyone keep hiding from Duncan? After searching the entire countryside, Duncan trudged back to his cottage. Trudged is just a fancy word for walked, but when you walk, you look sad. Look at his body all hung over. Sad. Duncan trudged back to his cottage. As he hugged his book, a fat tear trickled down Duncan's cheek. It landed with a plop, dribble-drabbled across the floor, ran split-splat into a mouse. Sad ending? Asked the mouse. I'll never know, said Duncan. As Duncan explained his problem, he noticed a twinkle in the mouse's eye. Do you like books? Duncan asked. I love books, said the mouse. Would you? Could you? Will you please read me this book? Certainly, said the mouse. So the mouse read to Duncan carefully. Together, they battled sea monsters and dodged icebergs and discovered new lands. They took breaks for roasted hot dogs and toasted marshmallows. Finally, the friends sailed home. Then the mouse read those two wonderful words, like the last sip of a chocolate milkshake. The end. But actually, it was only just the beginning. Actually, I need to read it right. But actually, it was only the beginning. Did you hear me? I put that word just in there. That word just is not on the page. I need to do the same thing I tell the kids to do. I tell the kids not to make up the story, to read the words on the page. I need to do the same thing I tell the kids to do. Let me try it one more time. But actually, it was only the beginning. That's better. I like how he holds the shake with his tail. And he has his tongue out. Look at those details. Make sure you're putting some good details in your illustrations. I have to show you this picture. This is my illustration I'm picking for this story. The reason I'm picking this illustration is because it's a different perspective. Perspective just means the way you look at it. So when you're looking at Duncan and the mouse over here, you're looking sideways, kind of like you're looking at me now. This story is like if you were up on the ceiling, like if you had a helicopter and you took a picture of them. Duncan's laying on the ground. Look at the illustrator, drew the mouse. You can only really see his head. And look at the book. So there's a difference between perspective. Are you looking at it sideways? Are you looking at it from above? I really like that. Thank you. I'll see you next time.